My name is Marcus. I never thought I'd be the guy to unleash hell on my own neighborhood. But when that slimy fake HOA cop laid a hand on my wife, Isabella, everything changed in a heartbeat. We lived in Willow Creek Estates, a picture-perfect suburb where the lawns were greener than envy and the rules were tighter than a noose. The HOA ran the show like a mini dictatorship, fining folks for mismatched mailboxes or overgrown hedges. But Derek Hargrove? He wasn't even official. Just a power-tripping neighbor who bought a cheap badge online and strutted around like he owned the place, enforcing rules that suited his ego. It started on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Isabella and I were in our front yard, planting some wildflowers she'd picked out. Nothing flashy, just a splash of color to break the monotony of identical tulip beds. Derek rolled up in his golf cart, that fake badge gleaming under his potbelly. "Hey, those flowers violate Section 4.2. Non-approved flora," he barked, his face turning red like a tomato about to burst. Isabella, always a polite one, smiled and said, "Derek, they're just daisies." We checked the guidelines. But he wasn't having it. He stepped closer, jabbing a finger in her face. "Don't talk back to authority, lady." And then crack! He slapped her across the cheek. Hard. Isabella staggered back, hand to her face, eyes wide with shock. I froze for a split second, rage boiling up like lava. That was his mistake. See, what Derek didn't know was that I wasn't just some mild-mannered accountant. In my younger days, I'd served in the Marines, and after that, I dabbled in cybersecurity for fun. But more importantly, I've been quietly documenting every shady thing the HOA did. Fake fines, embezzled funds. Even Derek's little side hustle of extorting neighbors for protection from violations. I'd hacked their email server months ago after they fined us for a bird feeder. It was all there. Proof of fraud, harassment, and worse. 5 minutes. That's all it took. As Derek smirked and turned to leave, I pulled out my phone. "You just assaulted my wife, you fraud," I said calmly, my voice steel. He laughed. "Prove it, buddy. I'm the law here." "Oh, I would." I hit send on a prep script I'd coded. A digital bomb. It blasted every incriminating email, photo, and video to the entire neighborhood mailing list, the local police, the state attorney general, and even the news outlets. But that was just the opener. The real kicker? I'd rigged a virus to their HOA website, turning it into a live feed of their dirty secrets scrolling like a ticker tape. Derek Hargrove. Fake cop, real crook. Slapped Isabella Rivera today. Witnesses welcome. And for good measure, I doxed their personal numbers with an auto dialer that flooded them with calls from spoof lines, reciting their crimes on loop. Derek's phone exploded first, buzzing nonstop. He fumbled it, face paling as he read the emails. What the? Neighbors started pouring out of their houses, phones in hand, staring at him like he'd grown horns. Mrs. Valerie Kent, the HOA president who covered for him, came running from across the street, her perfectly coiffed hair disheveled. "Marcus, stop this. Delete it now," she shrieked, her voice cracking. But it was too late. Sirens wailed in the distance, real cops this time. Tipped off by my anonymous alert, Derek dropped his knees, begging, "Please, man, make it stop. I'll apologize. I'll quit." Isabella, still rubbing her cheek, just watched with a satisfied smile as I leaned in close. "Too late, Derek. You slapped the wrong wife." By evening, the HOA was dissolved, Derek arrested for assault and fraud, and Valerie facing charges for embezzlement. Our yard? Wildflowers everywhere now. Revenge isn't always sweet. Sometimes it's a wildfire that burns the tyrants to the ground. And damn, it felt good.